The future of Nico Raskin has taken a notable turn as fresh developments emerge ahead of the January transfer window. With interest in the midfielder resurfacing and new approaches being made in recent days, Rangers may be entering a crucial phase regarding one of their most valuable assets. The situation has shifted once again, prompting renewed discussion about what could come next for the 24-year-old at Ibrox. As the winter market approaches, the picture surrounding Raskin's next steps is becoming increasingly intriguing, setting the stage for a significant update in this evolving transfer story. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Nico Raskin has once again found himself at the center of transfer speculation after a new approach was made for the midfielder ahead of the January window. The 24-year-old is attracting sustained interest from abroad, and Rangers could be forced to fend off serious bids if they want to keep him at Ibrox beyond next month. His situation has shifted dramatically over the past few months, and with the winter market fast approaching, clubs are circling once more. Raskin has been on the radar of several teams for some time, and his future appeared uncertain earlier in the season when he was frozen out under Russell Martin. The Belgian was dropped from the squad at the start of the campaign amid a behind-the-scenes dispute, leaving his long-term prospects in Glasgow in doubt. That development quickly alerted a number of potential suitors, particularly in Turkey, where both Fenerbahce and Besiktas have been monitoring him closely. Those links intensified in September, when most major European leagues had already closed their transfer windows. Turkey, however, remained open, making a move possible. Despite that, Raskin stayed put and battled his way back into contention. His situation stabilized after forcing his way back into Martin's plans, and any lingering uncertainty eased further when Danny Röhl took over. Since then, the midfielder has re-established himself and regained prominence just as the next window approaches. Fresh reports from Turkey now suggest that Besiktas have returned to the table. Journalist Ertan Şuzgun claims the Istanbul club have already made contact with Rangers, having previously inquired about Raskin during the summer. According to Şuzgun, discussions have been opened regarding his availability ahead of the Turkish window opening on January 4th, and Besiktas are expected to consider a significant investment if they wish to push the deal forward. He notes that Rangers have placed a substantial valuation on the player, saying the club will not sell in January for anything less than £50 million, a figure that would make Raskin one of Besiktas' biggest signings were they to meet the asking price. Rangers' stance is strengthened by the midfielder's contract situation. Raskin is tied to the club until the summer of 2028, after the Ibrox hierarchy activated a one-year extension on his deal, originally set to run until 2027. That long-term commitment ensures the club remain in a strong negotiating position and under no pressure to accept anything below their valuation. Interest is not limited to Turkey either. Raskin has been linked with several Premier League clubs, including Leeds United, Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa, all of whom have been credited with monitoring his progress in recent months. With the January window just weeks away, the growing attention surrounding the Belgian suggests Rangers may face a decisive period as they look to keep one of their key assets at the club. In other news, Southampton midfielder Joe Aribo appears to be edging closer to the exit door after reportedly informing the club that he is free to move on in January. The development has inevitably sparked talk of a potential return to Rangers, where the Nigerian international enjoyed the most consistent and celebrated spell of his career. His time in the Championship has been fragmented, and following a turbulent period for the Saints, it now seems increasingly likely that a departure is on the horizon. Aribo's fortunes have taken a downward turn since Southampton's relegation from the Premier League, marking his second drop in 2 years following his 2022 exit from Ibrox. His influence within the squad diminished under previous manager Will Still, who removed him from matchday selections entirely. It wasn't until November that the 28-year-old finally featured again, this time under interim boss Tonda Eckert, highlighting the scale of his slide down the pecking order. Despite that, Aribo's status among Rangers supporters has remained remarkably strong. His goal in the Europa League final against Eintracht Frankfurt has cemented him in club folklore, and many fans have long expressed a desire to see him return to Glasgow. With his contract entering its final 6 months and reports suggesting Southampton would accept a £1.5 million fee, speculation is naturally intensifying. Interest from Turkey has been floated, though pundit Marvin Bartley suggested that a move back to Rangers should not be dismissed. Speaking on Clyde One's Super Scoreboard, he said, "I think that is one that could happen. When a player enjoys somewhere, and obviously he had to leave because it was a really good offer that he got down the road, and he has not played as much football as he wanted to play." Bartley added that the door to Ibrox could easily reopen if the circumstances align. He's still a really good footballer and did well for Rangers. I wouldn't be massively shocked if he came back in January. Whether Aribo himself would sanction the move is another matter. Upon leaving Glasgow, he made it clear that stepping outside familiar surroundings was a key motivation in his decision. Reflecting on his career choices at the time, he said, "I think for me, what's so important is the timing of everything. I had some offers down south, but I chose to go away from home, come out of my comfort zone, which is so important for your own growth personally." Explaining his initial journey north and subsequent return to England, he added, "Life is about little steps to get to your goal, and that's why I made the choice to go up there, and then why I came back to Southampton. Minutes on the pitch have been scarce this season, just 114 in total." But Eckert recently offered a surprisingly positive assessment of the midfielder, hinting that his attitude and physical condition remain at a high level. The manager said, "I am very happy with Joe. He's been excellent every time he has come on, and he is in very good shape." Even so, the broader picture suggests Aribo's future may lie elsewhere. With limited involvement, a modest fee required, and the January window approaching, both club and player seem to be edging towards a clean break. Whether that path leads him back to Ibrox or takes him to entirely new surroundings remains the key question as the mid-season market draws near. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.